tell we going to Africa. I ain't tell we going to Africa. We going to Africa, dog. Ah! Say hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Yeah, Africa.
Talk to me nice, talk to me honestly. Look in my eyes, don't let it fall on me. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it, see how.
Ty's never seen a plane before. He's excited. Mom's just chilling. We are safely at our gate. We are 2 hours early. So we're gonna sit here for a while, kind of relax and get off our feet because we're gonna be doing a lot of moving. It's 28 hours till we get there. So we're going to Atlanta, or Dallas, Atlanta to Paris, Paris to Ghana, and then Ghana to Burkina Faso. So, woo, let's take a journey. Leg room is non-existent when you're tall.
We're in the plane.
Zero leg room.
Rewind, when we rewind, feels so nice. We time, you, I know how to make me feel right. I can't help how. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say let's do, babe. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Why you blushing? Yeah, sweet concussion. Oh, you miss my touching. Good, do you? Show me something. Give me more than one thing. I need more than less than I do. Say you're a good guy, make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it, I wanna see it, see how. Rewind, when we rewind, it feels so nice. I can't help how. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say let's do, babe. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long.
First flight down. He's doing good. Yeah, we just had to bus it all the way to our gate because it said that our flight was boarded when we got off our last flight, and here we are. You say hello? Helping?
Thank you.
He's helping.
Thanks, buddy.
Y'all know it's hard flying and being tall without extra leg room. You can't even move good. Munchkin's getting some sleep though. He balled up too. He's 3. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It's gonna be a long night, y'all. It's gonna be a long night. Can't feel my legs.
Right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here undone. But I'm done waiting, done wasting my time. Got this sweet talk, I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk, you need to say let's do, babe. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already.
A few moments later.
you guys, so we are here. We are in Africa, and we are in a cab waiting on my husband to get back. But I just wanted to show you guys what my surroundings look like.
Wow, more potatoes.
I'll make sure to get some more footage before the day is over for you guys, so you kind of can get a look at some of the places here. I will be vlogging while I'm here, you guys, so you can see a bit of where my husband's from. And yeah, Africa. Say hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Yeah.
I told you I'm not yours anymore. No, I'm not yours. So why you trying to hold on when I'm not there for you? Wanna take a different lane, wanna play my own game, and I don't need you here, so won't you let me go? Wanna take this ball and chain that you have put on me and throw it out the window.
All right, you guys, so this is where I'm going to close this vlog out. We are in Burkina Faso. We are comfortably settled into our Airbnb. Excuse the angle on my camera right now, as I didn't bring my tall tripods, I only brought the short ones, so I only have this angle kind of down. Might sit at a table or something else in another video, but for now, this is going to have to do for us. The trip was long. My mom had some issues. Munchkin was unhappy. Nobody got any sleep. The neck pillows did absolutely nothing for us, and we've come to the conclusion we cannot fly economy to Africa ever again, because we didn't have any room to move, like, at all. My husband couldn't move his legs. My legs were stuck stiff. The baby was having a hard time just sleeping, and he was just fussy. And now I see what people say, it's difficult to travel with a toddler, because my word, every time the announcer came over the intercom on the flight, he started hollering. He was hollering and screaming because he wanted to get up. His diaper was wet. Like, it was so many different things that made him just scream for absolutely no reason. And coming through the airport, he was screaming, which was a whole ordeal in itself, because it seemed like every flight we landed, we were already late, even though we were on time, or at least they told us we were on time. And especially France. Oh my gosh, we didn't even get to look around France. We stepped off the plane. I was like recording a little bit, and in the US they didn't give us boarding passes for France, because France was an international airline and they can only give us the American airline boarding passes, which it wasn't American, it was Delta. It was like connecting, they were like doing a partnership or whatever. And so we got to France, and they're like, okay, we gotta get the boarding passes. We go upstairs, only for my husband to have to go back downstairs to get the boarding passes for us. And he gets down there and gets them, only for them to say, hey, they're about to board, they're boarding right now, you guys need to go, we're gonna tell them to hold the plane. So my husband jumps up and takes off running, and what we did not know was we had to go through the check-in process all over again. And in France, it's different. Like in the US, it got to the point where they can basically say, just put your stuff in there on a tray and we'll scan through the backpack, whatever. No, in France, I said, once you take everything out of every single backpack, out of every single compartment, you guys. So we had so many different trays filled with so many different things, because I had my stuff, my mom had her stuff, we had stuff for our son, and then my husband had all his stuff. And not only that, they have to test all your liquids. Like, we went through checking in the United States and everything, but they wanted to test each individual sippy cup. They wanted to test the Germ-X. They wanted to test the antibacterial fabric spray, like all of it. So we had to put that all in a separate tray for them to test. And then for some reason, when I came through, I beeped. So they thought it was like my stomach. So they scanned my belly button. Wasn't anything there. And then it was like, oh, your stomach's moist. So they thought I was sick. So they swiped something across my stomach and tested it before I could even get through. And then I get to the other side, and all of our stuff is there. My husband's no longer standing there, and all his stuff is there. So I'm just shoving stuff in the suitcases at this point. And wherever it could fit, me and my mom were just stuffing things. And we were trying to figure out where he went. And he was like, we go through a K. There were so many Ks, you guys. The Ks went from like 23 to 50 something. And I'm like, where do we go? So we're just trying to run through the airport in Paris to figure out where he went. Then he runs past us coming back from the gate. He was like, they're holding the plane, we have to go. And I'm like, crap. So then we're running through France, and people are like taking leisurely strolls with their suitcases, just enjoying the sights. We're trying to bust it through the airport, you guys. And We finally get down to the gate, and there's a guy standing there, and he was like, wait. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what is it now? And he's like, I need your COVID test. So now they're checking our COVID test to make sure the COVID tests are negative. Then he lets us through. We get our boarding passes. Not to jump on the plane, though. No. To get on the bus to take us to the plane. The bus was packed, okay? It was packed. There were no seats. So me and my mom and my husband are just standing there falling over every which way the bus turned. Like, France, we didn't even get to look out the window good in France. It was running so fast. Like, and we get on the bus, and it took like 10 more minutes to get to the plane. And then by the time we got to the plane, we were all sweating. It was like hot. Everybody was tired. Baby was more fussy than he was before he got on the plane. And then as soon as the guy come over the intercom to talk about the flight, he started hollering. I mean hollering. We were the people on the plane with the screaming baby, you guys. That was us on this flight. We were the people with the screaming baby. So we fly from there to Ghana. And they do this a lot in certain parts of Africa where they'll fly some more people on the plane, some of them will get off, and then new passengers will get on. So when we landed in Ghana, they did that. We stayed on the plane. Then we got to Burkina Faso, and we got off, and people from here got on to go to France because it was like a round trip type of situation. So that was an ordeal unto itself. No joke at all. We did get to our Airbnb, and we're pretty settled in now. You have to do all the power and try to get internet, and it's been tiring. We are definitely tired. If nothing else, we're trying to shake off, I guess, jet lag. We're about 5 hours ahead of the US over here. So we've been on a few times. It's hot and dusty. Hot, dusty and hot. And I forgot to mention on the flight, the first flight. So the flight was Delta. We went from Dallas to Atlanta, Atlanta to Paris, Paris to Ghana, Ghana to Burkina Faso. The Dallas to Atlanta flight, right? So our son did pretty good on that flight. That flight, he didn't really have any issues on. We were cool. I think we found some techniques to help him because we're going to be here for a month. But after that month, he got to do this all over again. So we need to make sure that he's cool, right? So we land in Atlanta, right? And we get there and we're looking up the thing because the lady they just kept saying to us, if you have an international connection, a connecting flight, get to your gate immediately. But they didn't tell us anything. I wasn't even aware there was a time difference for some reason. And so we land and the time jumped forward like an hour. I'm like, okay. So, but it's supposed to be 2 hours between our flight anyway. So I'm like, we good, we got time. So we get there and we're looking at the monitors to see, you know, what time the flight leaves and if where it's at, all this other good stuff. And it says boarding. And I'm like, boarding? It's not supposed to leave for another 2 hours. What do you mean boarding? And so he goes and he asks people the information. They say, oh, here he come. Say hi, go on. All right, go watch Mickey Mouse. So we busted through the airport because we trying to find our gate. It tells us it's an F. We could go to the F terminal. It's like the F terminal was at the very end of all the terminals, and we were like an A. So we jump off the go and we take off running through the airport again. We get down to one of the little trains. We gotta take a train to get over there. There was a family there that I think they spoke Spanish. And so my husband helped them find their terminal, their gate, which just happened they were going to the same one we were going to. We're not the same one, they were going to one down the way from us. They were like F10, we were like F3 or something. So, could you get off the floor, please, baby? Thank you. So we jump on the train, we get there. We're running, we get to the gate. And they were like, oh, they are going to France. It is the same flight, whatever, but it's one earlier. It's going the same place y'all going, it's just an earlier flight. And I was like, y'all could have told us that before we ran across 3 terminals. I had to use the bathroom, maybe we want to stop and get some food, because when we got to the F terminal, everything was closed at the F terminal. So we couldn't get anything there. We got some gum, actually. I think we got some gum. We got gum. And then when we got on the flight to Paris, they did give us like a meal. This braid looks weird, you guys, but I promise it goes with the rest of my hair. Get in there, hair. All right. So we did eat on the flight or whatever, but my word, it was just like every airport we landed in, we had to take off running. Every single one of them, except for when we finally landed here. But then we took up one, it was like My mom was like, should I take off my jacket? I'm like, Mom, it's hot. Like, it's hot. It don't matter if it's cool to them, it's hot, most definitely. So she took her jacket off, but Lord have mercy, it was hot. And in Burkina Faso, you have to do the same thing you do in France. So you have to walk down to the tarmac from the plane, get on the bus, and the bus drives you to the terminal. And they were catching people before they even got in the terminal. So we were in a line outside of the terminal, outside the airport, waiting to get inside. And if some of you guys don't know this, you have to have a visa to go anywhere. The same way you are in the United States, when you land in the United States, you have to have a reason why you're there. You have to stamp your passport, let people know that you are here legally type of situation. It's the same thing everywhere else. So we had to get a visa once we landed. It was chaos, and I do mean this, chaos. There was no form, no rhyme or reason to the line, nothing. Everybody was just standing there at the window yelling. So we get in there. My husband's trying to do the paperwork for that because my husband is from here, so he speaks with everybody, and I'm just like, I just want to go sit down. I just want to go sit down. That's all I want. I want to go sit down. It's hot. They had fans in there. Zero AC, okay? There's no AC in the airport. So fans, it was toasty. So we finally sitting there for about 40 minutes to get all that settled out, and we leave, and we had to catch a cab. So as we're sitting outside with all of our bags, which my husband lost the tickets for our bags to go to the number on the bags. He had it somewhere stuck in the pocket. He found it when we got here. So we're going through all that because I got to check everything security-wise before we leave. We get outside to go get into the cab. He go, oh, I need to go exchange some money. So he got me, my mom, and our son sitting outside in the hot mosquito air, waiting for him to come out after he exchanged some money. And one thing that's really big here are two things, yellow fever and malaria. Malaria has apparently been pretty bad this year already, but we have malaria medication we are starting to take. So if you're going to travel somewhere, make sure you go somewhere and check if that place has any sicknesses you need to take medication for. We had to get vaccines, all kind of stuff before we traveled over here so that we wouldn't get sick. And they do check for them before you can come in and out of the country to make sure that if that was something that was there, you weren't going to have an issue with it. You're not going to bring it back to your country and all that other good stuff. So they check everything. We get in the car. Finally, after my husband come back out, we get in a taxi. It was his car. So all of our bags got shoved in the trunk and they just tied it. They just tied a rope around it so it wouldn't fall out. And when I tell you our stuff was dusty when we got to the house, it was dusty, okay? It was so much dust on our stuff from just driving from the airport to our Airbnb, you guys. And when we got here, you know, how we had to, we got here. But we just kind of been here the last couple of days trying to figure out how to connect back with our families in the US, finding food, figuring out all the amenities, things that aren't here that we're going to need. For instance, toilet paper. There was zero toilet paper here. I luckily packed those feminine wipes. I'll show you guys in my grocery hauls. I packed a couple packs of those as well as some baby wipes, and then we got some tissue yesterday. But it's actually been pretty cool. I still had to get hit with some more of those reality checks from before where the shower's cold. There is hot water, but the showers are normally cold. And it's only like this because this is an Airbnb and they expect people to come in from other places. And even the hot water, you have to turn it on and off. You kind of gotta press a button for it to work. So it's been hot and dusty and hot. That's the main call from here is hot, dusty and hot. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you for this travel vlog. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know what some of the things that you want to see while we're here in Africa, some things that you might enjoy watching, and I'll make sure to include some of those, whether it be us traveling around, some of the street animals, because there are a lot of street animals out here, the food, if you want to see some of our groceries that we have been collecting, because we've been trying to find things that we like so far, and we found a couple of little snacks that we like, and we also buy a couple other things we put in the fridge consistently. So let me know if you want to see those while I'm over here. You just want to see more vlogs like this where I kind of take you around town with us and you kind of get to sightsee. Just let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'll make sure that I will include that in the future videos for these Africa family vacation vlogs. Thank you all again so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Oh, I want to say hi if you're new. My name is Jazz. I do everything motherhood, lifestyle, a little bit of beauty. This is part of that lifestyle where we travel. I post on Mondays and Fridays at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I would absolutely love it if you join the Jazz 61 family. And to my returns, welcome back, you guys. I hope you enjoy these vlogs. I hope you like what you see. I hope it makes you want to come to Africa someday. Thank you all again for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not already. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
change.